What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another edition of If They Only Knew. We got another guest in the house for y'all, man. Marty Mar.
Hey.
Say what's up.
Hey.
Marty Mar, y'all. Marty.
I have a Michelle special right here and shit. That
Oh,
shit
shit,
really got
yeah.
me tingling. Like
That
I
shit
got
is-
spidey senses.
They already dropped that in Bankhead, yo. That's already out. They selling that in Bankhead already. And shit,
They
yo.
sell it in Bangkok.
Yeah, in a barrel. All right, let's get into this. All right, Mar, what are we gonna call this story here? Overall, what do you think we're gonna call this story? We can always come back and name it something else, but what do you think?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna tell them in front of. We're gonna call this life changes because you always change dudes' lives when they're talking on the screen.
Well, shit, I appreciate that. That's a big up right there. All right, so for those of you who don't know, this is motherfucking Marty Mar, yo. The former manager
Yeah.
of Bombicidal, yo. Let's give it up for Bombicidal. For those of you who don't know, that was our rap group back in the day and shit, yo. We was on the cusp of coming out and shit, yo. It was like right there and shit, and then it was like, you know what, fuck it.
All right.
We done.
So you know what? Let me get this shit clear because people don't understand.
Haters get the finger,
Yeah,
Marty Mar.
they do, because only people close to me like White and Joey, mostly White, because White's pretty much partner.
It's Joe. Joey died in the third grade, yo.
Right. Why do we call you Joey, yo?
I don't know, because y'all keep doing it after I tell you it's
You
Joe.
and James. James is Jamie,
No,
and you're
James
Joey.
is JB, I'm Joe, yo. Alright, so.
And this is how long I knew him, because
23 years and shit, man?
23 years.
God.
How, before my wedding?
We came down here, we pimped up for your
How
wedding.
long?
Yeah, I
Y'all
swear.
met me at my wedding, or?
I think that's when we really got, because we was in the wedding.
That,
I mean, we wasn't in the wedding, but remember we had all the suits and shit. I got a picture of that shit.
And then after that, we started clicking, right?
Yeah. Remember, I got a picture of all of us in front of the church.
Yeah, oh no, I love that picture.
Yeah, I got that shit.
Sure?
Yeah, I got it. All of us dipped up. Mel, everybody was in it.
Let me tell you why we clicked, because I'm the first one that took them to Magic City
Oh yeah.
in Atlanta.
We was
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was 18.
He was 18. Can I tell a story?
Yeah, tell the story,
Okay.
yo.
So this is what I just told you. Me and my wife was just joking. I was joking with my wife the other night. I was like, baby, I love my wedding, but the bachelor party was better. But don't tell Mr. McDowell. The fries are better at McDonald's.
Yeah,
But don't tell
yeah.
Mr. McDowell.
That's it.
But yo, the bachelor party was crazy. What happened was, damn man, like first it started at my apartment.
That was the meetup spot.
Yeah, it was the meetup spot. And if anybody know me, I don't smoke, and I didn't really back then. I didn't drink.
That was back when you was in Dunwoody.
Yeah, I was in Dunwoody. Same spot where you
was it Dunwoody Point, right?
Yeah,
I think it was Dunwoody Point back in the day and shit, yeah.
So what had happened is so we started at my spot in Dunwoody. My brother was in town. He's an herb head, and he was smoking. Everybody was smoking, and my brother gave me like 5 blunts in. I mean 5 blunts. He gave me like 5 blunts in my mouth. Was that right? Like he was like enlightened all of them when we were smoking. Mind you, now here's the deal. I'm coming from New York. Joey's pretty much my wife's family. And I got them, and she's like, "Yo, maybe all her Bronx family." So I'm not used to these thug dudes coming around, little dudes. So I was like, "What do I do with them?" They're like, I'm 20-something years old. Like, what am I getting married? Why are you? It felt like I was babysitting.
They just pawned us off on you and shit, yo.
These niggas,
like do something with them.
These niggas was thorough as hell, yo. So they stuck with me the whole time. And I'm smoking and I'm drinking, and somebody said, "Yo, you gotta have a bachelor party night," and I'm like, "I can't do it because I have my wife's little cousins and of course my boys."
They saying little cousins like
No, you
10 and shit, yo.
Check
First
this out.
off, I had a certified Kennesaw State ID, fake as hell and shit, yo. When I first got down here, I used to cash checks with that shit in the bank, yo, at Bank of America. Yo. I think I still got that shit, yo.
But I didn't.
And I had a hat on in the
But
picture,
again,
yo.
like we said earlier, I didn't really know. I really didn't know. So this was really, like we was just talking earlier, was my first time like getting to know them.
Yeah.
But I was also like whatever, let's go. I'm not leaving nobody out. Y'all all here, we all rolling out, whether we go to a bachelor party or not.
Yeah.
So of course, my best man is Dez, and Dez basically was like, nah, whatever we could do, we gonna do.
Yeah.
So we had 2 white vans because they
I
drove
remember that
from New
shit.
York.
Big kidnap vans. And
Because they drove from New York in the van.
Yeah.
James just walked in.
J Mac.
He knows.
He gonna come on.
He knows the story because he pretty much introduced me to all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So what had happened was so me, my family, and of course with my wife and James being my brother-in-law, our family came from Queens with 2 white vans. We threw like what? It was like
we was like fucking
20 to 30 deep.
I think we was even more than 30 deep. Like
we was almost 30.
We was deep as fuck,
30.
yo. We was so fucking deep that when we got to Magic City, they didn't even card anybody, yo.
No, let me tell you the story.
Like we all came in mob deep, yo.
But here's the deal with Magic City. So we go to Magic City, and I'm like, how the hell I'm getting these little motherfuckers in this motherfucker, right?
We was like, please God.
We was like, yeah, yo, I think y'all praying.
Please God.
So we go to the door, and he's like, yo, we just about to close. We done for the night. Whoop-de-whoop. So me and my man Darren, Rush, and Dez came to the door. We pulled all them cash we had out in our pocket. And no. I can't let your man Mel down. Mel pulled out dough at that door. Mel pulled out dough
Then he
at
ripped
the
the top
door.
when he got inside, man. That's some bullshit, man.
But he pulled out dough when he got to the door, and we were like, what can we do? We have people under 21. And he was like, nah, we not doing this, homie. Y'all gonna have to go. So he was like, where y'all from? I said, Jamaica, Queens. And what did he do, White? He said, yo, I'm from Jamaica, Queens.
You sure you said the Bronx?
I swear, no, he said the Bronx. We made sure we didn't say the Bronx, so the Bronx probably wouldn't have got us in. We made sure they'd have probably called the cops. Thugs would have called the cops for the Bronx. So, but yo, he was like, come on in. He was like, yo,
hold on, so paint the picture and shit, yo.
Right.
We're all in front of the fucking strip club and shit. Mob fucking deep, yo. Like you turn around and all you see was us.
But the Queens made us feel like home though.
Yeah, the Queens Cats, shout out to the Queens Cats, yo. They showed us love and shit, yo. They got us up in there. Like he was saying, yo.
We say Southside Queens.
I was the oldest cat of the group and shit, and I was only, 18, 19 at the time and shit, yo. So the rest of them had to be like fucking 17.
Yeah.
Usually like 17, 16. Why you want to chime in?
Bottom line, I know you probably can't even put this video up because you probably gonna get fucking in trouble with Magic City.
We do not own the rights to the name Magic City or anything affiliated with Magic City. We gonna call it City Magic from here on out. This shit, yo. We do not own the rights to any of this shit, yo. I don't have the capability right now to bleep any of this shit out, yo. So,
City Magic.
We do not own the rights.
Let's say Blue City. Let's say Blue City.
Blue City. Yeah. From the flame to the
Blue
Magic
City.
Flame, hell yeah. All right. So yeah, again, we bought shit, van full.
We get in there. Yo, dude was like, oh, Queens, come on in.
And it was like, whoa.
And he was like, whoa. And he's like, yo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not looking at IDs or nothing, man. I love you, Atlanta. Like, not looking at IDs.
I love you, City Magic, yo.
Blue City.
City Magic.
Blue City, yo. We don't want to get that.
We don't own the rights, yo.
We don't own the rights.
It was 100 years ago.
I understand.
This was 25 years ago and shit, yo. But anyway, yo, that shit changed our life. I remember from my point of view, I didn't even have no fucking money, yo.
No,
I had like fucking maybe $5, $10 by the end of that night. But before we even got there and shit, yo. So I'm in there fucking ass everywhere and shit. First time ever in the strip club. And didn't have no dough. And Mel was right next to me going nuts and shit, yo.
But yo, I can't lie.
I'm not even gonna lie. I was with the side eye getting my shit off of him, yo.
Big shout out to Mel, cause he all I saw from Mel was money coming to me.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Mel got some Mel, BX, Mel.
No, not that.
Alright, so let's.
So hold on, one story from that night. But so we was so deep, right? My boy Dez was drunk as shit. My best man, my best friend, drunk as shit. And James remember this, and I don't know if y'all remember it, but we were leaving out, and the DJ was just like saw Jermaine Dupri with his Jermaine Dupri was with his 2 bodyguards. And he was like, shout out to Jermaine Dupri, whoop-de-whoop, and we leaving in like, we got like a crew.
I would think they seen him and shit, they just seen us.
And it happened while I was passing by Jermaine Dupri, my man Des just grabbed me by the neck and was just like, nah, this ain't Jermaine Dupri. And when I'm pointing, he's pointing in Jermaine Dupri's face. He's like, nah, this ain't Jermaine Dupri's night. Not even looking at Jermaine. He's like, this ain't Jermaine Dupri's night. This is my man Marty's night.
Marty Mar.
And then we had like 30 people, so the crowd just went nuts, yo. The crowd was, and yo, I remember Jermaine's face was just like, he said, congratulations on the wedding, man. And Jermaine, if you see this, Jermaine, you know that's not a lie, yo. You congratulated me.
You want to come on and tell your side, Jermaine?
He was just like, have a good time.
Go tell your side and shit, yo. Alright, we coming out and tell you know, like I said, my fans got a low attention span and shit, so we gotta keep it in a good little night. So before we leave, this is gonna be a new thing. Marty Mar help me out and shit. I just wanna really find out from everybody and really get more than just a story. I wanna know from you, coming from Queens and shit, a little knucklehead back in time.
Right.
What really sat you down and really made you change your life and start becoming? When I say change your life, start becoming a man.
What was the life changing?
What was life changing for you and really brought you to the point where you was like, it's time to man up?
Yo, what was the life changing for me? And I know you probably got a familiar story too. Was growing up in South Jamaica, Queens, and getting older and having a
Technical difficulty.
all right, my life changer for me. My life changer for me was, and I know everybody probably had this experience when you come to Atlanta, and I didn't learn until after my first child that how messed up the neighborhood I was in. Did you have that moment?
Man, my daughter has no fucking idea.
No, and we say that to them,
man.
But have it ever hit you like a life changer? Just hit you like, oh, like, and I'm not talking about just family. I'm not just talking about how you were raised as a kid. Just like your whole environment, and you're like, I have them out here. So basically, to explain what we're saying, my life changer was, and I tell my kids the story all the time, and they still don't believe it to today, was, so I'm in South Jamaica. I'm from South Jamaica, Queens. I'm from Southside Queens. I'm from the real Southside Queens, where when Biggie came to our town, he was like, what the fuck you talking about Queensbridge? You know where's the hardest part? The hardest part in Queens was Southside Queens. Don't ever get it twisted. I love Nori, but don't let him just say left rack. He even knows.
That's always shouts out. That's the only part.
Where we're from Southside Queens, were the Bronx of Queens. We were the Bronx of Queens. And
I don't know if to be offended or
it was basically because we knew that the Bronx was so wild, but at the same time we were Queens because we were organized, more organized in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like we were way more organized. The Bronx was never organized because y'all.
It was just chaos.
It was chaos.
You gotta remember, back at the time, it was what? Building, burned down building, crack building. You know
right, but y'all still had.
We didn't have shit back at that
Y'all
time.
still had. I don't know your top drug dealers, but y'all still had. Basically, what I'm saying is your top drug dealers didn't know how to organize it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was
where in Queens.
Because that was during the time of the crack epidemic.
Right.
That shit first happened, so everybody was just blowing up. Nobody.
Where in Queens, all that shit we had organized.
Yeah.
And that's why the documentaries come out on us so much. Yeah. Because we were the first organized drug situation coming out of New York besides Nicky Barnes and Harlem.
I can agree with that.
Where I grew up was niggas was making like $3 million a week. And let me tell you, I grew up under the OGs. Like I grew up under them. So Tough, Latanya, shout out. You know, if y'all, I'm gonna try to link y'all up in Facebook or whatever. But Tuck and they will vouch my stories. But I just told White this. I'm one of the dudes that Deborah, Waka Flocka moms and all that. I grew up under her.
That's what's up.
Like I grew up under her. I knew her but didn't know her.
Yeah.
She was like a big sis to like to everybody else. But I was one of those kids that would run through their house real quick because I was friends of the family.
Yeah.
Friends of their kids. But here's the deal. Us as kids, different from the Bronx, we didn't know chaos was going on because we were under the top drug dealers.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So imagine if you're in the Bronx and you're Puerto Rican, but imagine like the Latin Kings dude who runs it is in your house. He would make now this ain't a Queens and Bronx thing. But OGs will make sure, and I noticed with Latin Kings too, that who's ever under them don't know the chaos.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They may get wild themselves or whatever, but they
So
don't
get caught
they
up
don't
with
put
the
a gun
bullshit,
in their
yeah.
shorty's hand and be like, yo, this is how. It's not like LA.
But you also gotta understand it was a different game back then and shit,
Exactly.
The game had respect back in the day and shit.
Exactly.
Right now it's just a bunch of little young knuckleheads that don't give a fuck about nothing and nobody.
No. And I'm
We had rules and regulations, like that snitching shit, that Tekashi 6ix9ine shit. That shit was unheard of at that time and shit,
I'm
yo.
about to fuck your whole YouTube up right now.
Oh shit, there we go.
This shit's probably gonna go viral.
Do it.
The 50 Cent shit changed the game for Queens.
When he got hit up?
When he got shot, and they call him a dry snitch, but he got shot, and I'm giving you this before we do our podcast, but I'm giving this to my jewel, to my man Joe first.
Appreciate that.
He gets this is first. This is first. Exclusive. Before we even pop off, we got more shit when we pop off, but this is my little bro, so I'm gonna tell him like this, and he probably heard the story before. Let me rewind back to how we were raised as Queens dudes. So I'm one of the dudes that OGs made sure they were nerds. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You always had them little smart motherfuckers that you
Or not even smart.
or the ones that had potential or whatever the case.
But they didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, you kind of kept them away from it and shit.
And y'all didn't have that in the Bronx. Not white y'all. White y'all.
We did it because you gotta understand, we was the ones holding it down for.
That's what white was telling you. See,
y'all had OGs. Our OGs came and left this shit, yo.
Because
They didn't leave the book. They didn't leave the guidebook behind for us.
But see, rightfully
we had to set the foundation.
We had OGs from the 80s. Y'all had OGs from the 70s where heroin and crack came in and fucked y'all up.
Yeah.
Well, we had OGs from the 80s who knew not to do heroin. This shit's loud.
Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Be right back, yo. All right.
So basically,
back to the story and shit. Yo, first, let me just tell you, yo, you might see a little stops and pauses and shit, yo. We don't edit anything. Everything is straight up. We keep it as it is and shit. You hear them talking shit in the background. They waiting to get up on this mic next. All right. Boom.
So bottom line is, what I'm trying to do here, because we're going to the life-changing shit, because this is what he does with his show. He wants us to talk about life-changing stuff, but I want to really get really in deep on, because a lot of people don't understand the living capacity of the city of New York. They really don't.
It's like this.
They don't understand the living capacity, and that's why you're going to see my man White later, you're going to see James later, and me and White's going to start this thing called Boroughbreds, where he knows the whole concept is all of us from Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, all of us getting together, like he said, like a gangster table talk.
So as it drops, we're going to drop it on here.
He's going to be at the table like 100 times. But my point is this. My point is on the life-changing situation is that hold on 1 second. Hold on. Can you pause it 1 second?
Yeah.
Hey yo, we can hear y'all, yo.
Shut up. Alright, good.
Alright. My point is twins back there. For I don't look like you. You look like me.
We look like each other.
It's like I'm looking in a dumb mirror.
You stupid.
Anyway,
Alright.
y'all gonna see them later. Make sure you have both of them together.
Put them in the same outfit and shit, yo. It's different colors and shit.
Life changer. This is the life changer. Alright. The life changer thing was, well, I was getting too deep into the life changing situation is that Joey's like a little younger than me. And y'all don't understand in New York, just that smidgen of like 5 years is a life-changing situation in New York through our era. Because the era was
he was right above
OGs handing down to younger dudes, and where the gap was, and like we said earlier, The gap was the crack epidemic and the heroin epidemic kind of like pulled us apart. And Joey's era, and I don't know if it's whoever's OG in your life, father, uncle, whatever, was caught up. But they were older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Than the G's that raised me.
Like I said, we didn't have the OG. Like the OGs that was above us was for self. They didn't have nothing. They didn't hand the book down to us. There was no rule book. There was nothing. We created that foundation. We had to put the work in, and we had to put enough work in that they knew who the fuck we was.
Right.
So there was no structure. We were the structure, and then we left.
Right. Meanwhile, in Queens, my era was dealing with the OGs that caught on real quick. Like, oh, we can make massive amount of money in this. So what happened was the first thing they thought of was their youth, and luckily enough, I was a part of the youth that they were like, hey, you don't need to do any of this. Yo, we're making like $3 million a week.
Yeah.
Why do you need to sell drugs?
Yeah.
If we're making $3 million a week, you don't need to sell drugs.
Those was the real OGs.
Those were like
potential.
Exactly.
Like, we're not gonna let you get caught up.
Exactly. Which I believe that if the Bronx would have caught on to those type of OGs, it would have probably fluctuated a certain way. But the Bronx was like the first spot of them making ghettos. You know what I mean? I know I'm getting too deep.
No,
like it was
real.
like the first spot where I'm not a conspiracy
like
theorist.
I said, it was broken down building, half bird building, crack building.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. I'm trying to tell you, the Bronx was the first spot that they kind of made the experiment. So they kept burning down their buildings. Once I believe that the Bronx was the first place. And like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so don't put me out there. And I've been drinking some of Michelle's drinks, so I'm slurring.
You get a Bankhead in the barrel.
I got the it's called the Bangkok. I got the Bangkok in the barrel.
Bangkok dangerous.
Yeah, but Bangkok dangerous. My whole analogy on the Bronx is that was the first place that the government attacked and was just like, oh shit, the minorities are starting to get smart. Take out the Bronx first.
Yeah, I can remember back in the day, walking to school or walking through a neighborhood and literally seeing the floor covered in crack bottles.
Yeah.
Like it was part of the fucking concrete, yeah. And crack bottles everywhere.
But see, and again,
just imagine ants all over the floor. This was crack bottles.
And let me tell you how in a year's difference we are. I grew up with this movie called Fort Apache, The Bronx. And when it's older than him, but it was one of those movies that scared the world of the Bronx before they can fix themselves and made sure the Bronx didn't fix themselves, if that makes sense. Because don't forget, the government plants stuff where you make sure. So when they put, it's kind of like how they did LA. It's kind of like how they did, you know, with gang-related stuff and all that. So people will be like, I would never walk in LA.
They put it out there to the world and shit and painted a picture.
The Bronx, that movie, what I called it, the Bronx. It was it was called the Fort Apache. The Fort Apache scared everybody.
Check that shit out, yeah.
Fort Apache was Paul Newman. This is a 70s movie. It's an early 70s movie. Watch this movie. I swear to God, when you watch this movie, when you watch it, and think about this, guys, it goes out to the world. So the first thing they're thinking is,
animals, yeah.
Yo, don't ever go to the Bronx. I swear, when they put this movie out, so fast forward.
Hold on. I think you was gonna. Did you finish with the 50 part that you was gonna bring?
I'm bringing that.
Okay.
It's connected to this. It's later. So my point is this. And I don't want to hold you up too much, but
do what you gotta do. We're gonna break this in parts.
Okay, cool. My point is this: is Fort Apache came out and everybody got afraid of the Bronx. Just like when people saw Colors, when people saw Boys in the Hood, when people saw Menace to Society.
Let's keep it real. That gang banging in Little Rock.
And they do not want to go to LA though, right?
Or Little Rock. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, now, getting into our lives, at the same time, I'm growing up with my wife. I met my wife when I was 11 years old.
Damn.
So I met my wife in Queens on my block. She lived in Queens. But she used to tell me she used to go visit the Bronx. So the first thing from Fort Apache the movie, and now beyond Fort Apache the movie, because all that was given from the Bronx to Queens was, this is the worst place ever. But I'm like, how is my little dainty freaking bougie ass wife able to go to the Bronx? But my point is, the Bronx wasn't as bad as Fort Apache was.
Yo,
it was bad.
The Bronx was bad, yo.
No.
Certain people had passes. Like if you knew somebody, you had that pass.
No.
You couldn't just go in there.
But here's the deal: in Queens, we didn't even think that.
Yeah.
We thought it was worse than that.
But what's crazy is we thought that. We thought see, people from the Bronx and other boroughs, you really don't stray too far from your borough. So we really was thinking like shit was going down in Queens like that.
And that's how they got
like
us.
the Bronx. Everything
That's how they got us.
Yeah.
And that's how they got us. But little people like my wife is like, why are you tripping? You need to. I have family in the Bronx. Yes, it's terrible, but we're terrible in Queens. Like, what is? She didn't understand. And again, life changer. I didn't understand all this till I got older. You know what I mean? I didn't understand this till I got older, because I'm sitting in Queens with the same type of freaking thugs, with the same type of killings, the same type of craziness. But what they happen, I don't want to say the government, but I want to say
the government.
I want to say they had us comparing crimes.
I mean,
they had us comparing crimes. Remember when we first met, it was like, your side is not wilder than my side. It's like, why are we comparing? Why are we comparing killings? Like, why are we comparing wildness? But that's how. But it's all.
But you know, the media paints the pictures that they want us to see.
That's a good word for it.
And this is why you have to look and read between the lines. Don't believe everything at face value.
Yep.
Research everything. You gotta have 2, 3, 4 points of view on the situation before you can even take it in.
So, to fast forward to my point of life changing, I'm gonna bring up the 50 things in a sec, is people. So I'm from Queens, from the part where cop killing Queens was announced. Bush had to come to our. We were actually the first city that like really shot several cops. And they did it. We even knew shooting cops. They even knew in Bronx, but we were the first city. The cops. And granted, they shot cops in there, but it wasn't.
Allegedly.
It was exactly.
Allegedly.
Bronx did their dirt, but what had happened was when it came to Queens, the cop that got killed, off-duty cop that got not even off-duty, but a cop that's supposed to have just been doing arrest duty, watching somebody's house, got killed, and the attention came, and President Bush had to come to Queens, and Bush's dad had to come to Queens and shut shit down. So that's where the South Side got crazy. But to rewind back to South Side, all those people who was around that element of the cop killing, I grew up with their kids. I grew up with Tough, Latanya, all of them. I grew up with their kids, and we had OGs so hard we didn't know that they were a part of it. That's how our OGs were.
I mean, that's how it was. Like
we didn't know that they were a part of it. But you niggas,
it's the same thing with the Bronx. We knew the Bronx was bad, but this was our everyday life. So until we was removed from the situation, we didn't realize this wasn't normal. This was normal to us, but it wasn't normal to the rest of the world and shit. Yeah.
But see, here's the deal. The difference is, we knew that shit was normal in Southside, but we had OGs to make sure we didn't go through what y'all went through and try to go out and figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
So what had happened was, when I go to the block, or when I went to a boulevard, that's why I didn't drink till I was over 18. Because I had OGs like, I'm drinking now.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing, yo?
Exactly.
Get your ass upstairs. You know what
and I always say to myself, like, if Bronx niggas had somebody that'd be like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? Like more OGs that they looked up. Don't get it twisted. We looked up to them because we knew how big they were.
Yeah.
We knew that Supreme, Prince, Bimmy. Like I said, I'm You're probably gonna get hit and shit. But I'm dropping names.
It is what it is, yo. I mean, this is real life, yo.
But and granted, they probably don't even remember me because I was so young.
Yeah.
But they know tough, they know time.
Yeah.
But granted, when I grew up in their house and coming through, and when I say I grew up in their house, I mean I'm one of the kids that's looking like a commercial, grabbing Kool-Aid and stuff out their fridge and running back outside and playing.
Hey, Mrs. P.
Yeah, I was one of those.
Yeah.
And I saw the involved. I saw the hey. We saw the evolution. We saw the evolution of the gangster stuff going on in Queens. And then when I got older, so boom. I leave Tough in them, and me and Tough are still cool, but I'm getting older, I'm finding more friends or whatever, and I'm starting to get into the rap game and all this other stuff. So one day, I'm coming home one time, and I always had a group of friends, and you probably did too, that were not into stuff, and then I had a group of friends that were into everything. And hello, and then I had friends that was into everything. So what had happened was I was coming home one day with my boy who's in my group, with the rap group. When I'm in the rap group, we literally ran around and tried to get our group together. Like he knows me, man. I've been doing that for a long time. Anyway, but we're gonna get the bombicidal soon. But what had happened was I'm coming home, and what had happened is normal day shootout going on this block. So there's procedures. You know what I mean? You either move to the side where they won't be shooting at, but we heard the shots. But then you probably been in this situation. We figured out that we were in the middle of the shots.
When you start seeing the bullets hit
Yeah,
the bricks and shit.
you know how you can run. You like, oh shit, they shooting and you run.
Yeah.
But then we went back to walk in the middle of the street and we figured out that these niggas were shooting at each other. Yes, we were in the crossfire. So we like, what the hell? So what happened was in Queens, we hopped the fence and went through people's backyards and started hopping fence in the backyard. So I'm hopping fence in the backyard. We're hopping fence in the backyard. My boy is doing it. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck it, keep going. I know where to go. So what happened was I did it, and then I skipped his house. He turned into his house, but he knew where it was.
Fucking legs
I didn't know.
too quick, yo. He's like, fuck
so I jumped into the next house. And I come out like I didn't hear him running anymore. So my first impression was, you know, we good. So I'm like, all right, cool, we good. Then I didn't hear the shots anymore. So I'm like, all right, we good, we good. So I came out and I was like, oh shoot, I missed his house. I'm like, fuck it, but he's right here. Like he's literally right here. So as I come out his driveway, and if anybody know Queens, the driveways is like one over the house. So I'm coming out his driveway and I'm walking to go to his house, and my boy comes running out of the bushes, who I knew was one of the shooters that was probably in the shootout, grabs me by the face.